Hi, welcome back to Introduction to jQuery. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to use jQuery within your Blogger account. So we're going to create a whole bunch of posts in our Blogger account, and we're going to add some behavior to some of the HTML documents using the jQuery library. So let's log into our Blogger account. We're going to blogger.com. I have created a blog called jQuery, J-A-Y query, where I'm going to demonstrate all the different things that you can do with jQuery within Blogger. Here's the blog. You can get at it at jQuery.blogger.com, and it's just basically it only has one single post, and I'm gonna from scratch we're gonna create a whole bunch of examples that shows how to use jQuery within Blogger. So again, it's jayquery.blogspot.com. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do is to load jQuery into our pages, and one way we can do this is to link them from a repository. So let's look for a repository. So let's search in Google for Google Ajax Library API. So let's type that into Google search engine, and the first link that shows up is Google Ajax Library API. So click on that, and we'll go see where we can get the library. There they are. These are the two libraries that we need, jQuery and jQuery UI. So let's click on the first one, and it takes us to jQuery. And here's the path that we need to include in our web pages. This address, what it'll do is when we link it, is going to load the jQuery library onto our blog so that we can use it within our pages. Alright, so let's go back to our blog dashboard and click on the layout link. One of the things that you can do in the layout of your blog is edit the HTML that is used to generate your blog. Here it is. This is the HTML that blogger.com uses to generate your blogs and your posts. So to include jQuery in our blog, what we need to do is in the head tag of our template, we need to add a script tag that will download the jQuery library so that it is included in all pages. Okay, so create the script tag and the a source attribute with the quotes, and then paste inside the URL that we copied from earlier. Alright, so we added jQuery itself. Now we need to add the user interface components from jQuery, the one that allows it to do all those cool user interface stuff such as draggable, sortable, resizable, and all that. So let's copy that, and we go back to our blog where we have the code of the template, and let's create another script tag that with a source and with quotes, and let's paste there the user interface part of jQuery. Don't forget to close the script tag. Alright, so let's save the template. Alright, so let's now add some code that will verify that jQuery has indeed loaded. So let's create a script tag, and in there what we're going to do is we're going to tell jQuery, hey, when the document is completed loading, when you know that the document is ready, then just pop up an alert and let us know that that jQuery is indeed loaded. Okay, so what this code says is document. When you're ready, invoke or run this function, this command, and pop up an alert box. Let's add an alert command that will display a simple message when the document has completed loading. Okay, so now let's save the template. And then let's reload and view the blog to see if jQuery is loading correctly. Yep, there it is. The alert box did come up, meaning that jQuery did load right after the document finished loading. Let's go back to the HTML code. Now that we know that jQuery is loading correctly, we don't need that alert box anymore, so let's get rid of that. Instead, we're going to replace that command with something that's going to do something pretty funny in the document. It's going to make all the HTML block elements, we're going to make them so that they can be dragged around. So any big block in the HTML document is going to be draggable. In HTML, the blocks are created with the div tags. Alright, so what this piece of code is saying is that we should grab all the div elements in the HTML documents and make them all draggable. Let's save the template and let's go back to the block to see what this does. Alright, so check this out. I can go and start dragging any big block in the document, and I can start dragging them around, position them any which way I want. That's pretty cool, huh? So what that command that we wrote earlier did is that it found all the div elements in the document, all the big blocks in the HTML document, and it went through each one of them and made every one of them make them draggable. Dragging all these divs around, all these blocks around, you can get some really funky layout. Now all these layout, all these movements that we're doing here, they're not really going to be saved to the page. So when you reload the document, all this layout goes away. It goes back to the original document. Alright, so let's go back to our HTML code and refine our code a little bit. So we're going to comment out our this command, and instead of making everything draggable, we're going to tag just a couple of elements that can be dragged, not everything. So anything that we tag with a particular CSS class is going to be draggable. Let's choose the CSS class draggable element. And so any HTML element that we tag with this class is going to be draggable. We're going to make a command that is going to grab any element that has been tagged with this CSS class, and then once we have it, we're going to tell jQuery to make that element that you grab to make it draggable. So the first part of any jQuery command is to first grab the element by some kind of specifier, either by a class specifier or by an ID specifier. In this case, we're grabbing it by the CSS class that is called draggable element, and then we're saying that, well, grab all those elements and make them draggable. So let's save the template. So now what we need is content that actually uses these CSS classes. So we're going to create a post that demonstrates how we can add draggable behavior to any element. So we're going to try with paragraphs. We're going to say that this paragraph has the class draggable element, and what jQuery is going to do when it parses the document and finds this paragraph and sees that it has the class draggable element, is going to make that particular paragraph draggable. And we're going to illustrate this, we're going to add another paragraph that does not have the class draggable element, and this one is not draggable. Let's publish the post and then go see what the blog looks like now. We're going to reload the document to see our new post. Okay, here's our new post. That the title draggable elements. We have this paragraph, which is draggable, the one that has the CSS class that's a draggable element, whereas this other paragraph, you see, does not have the CSS class, which is not draggable. So this one's draggable. I can drag it all the way around, whereas the other one is not draggable.